Lecture 3. Preparing your script. Now that we've covered how to choose a topic and identify a niche, I'd like to use this lecture to share some tips and advice on how to prepare your script. This is probably one of the single most important lectures in the course because the quality of your script is going to have a huge bearing on the quality of your meditation. You know, having worked in the recording arts for over 15 years, I've recorded everything from garage bands to Grammy Award winners to radio commercials to voiceovers and everything else in between. I've also worked on the production of hundreds of meditation recordings, so I'm quite familiar with the overall process. I can safely say that when it comes to voice recording, properly prepared scripts are hugely important. I've encountered numerous situations where people have come into my studio and have attempted to create meditation recordings by making the script up as they go along. Their rationale behind this is that they feel more comfortable in the spur of the moment. Now, while I don't doubt their sincerity, the truth is that attempting to record an entire meditation by making it up as you go along often leads to incoherent results. Having a properly prepared script, on the other hand, has numerous benefits. Firstly, it allows you to give the meditation a sense of direction. Establishing a definitive starting point and destination point allows you to plan how you're going to guide your listener. After all, that is essentially why they're referred to as guided meditations. They're supposed to take the listener on a guided journey. The second reason why having a properly prepared script is so beneficial is because it allows the person creating the meditation to form a mental image of what their listener is likely to experience. As I mentioned in Lecture 1, it's important that your meditation has a strong sense of sincerity. You want your listener to feel like they're really benefiting from listening to you. Preparing a script is a great way of ensuring that the content of your meditation is of a high standard. It allows you to review and tweak your structure so that when you finally sit down to record it, you can be confident that your listener is going to hear your best work, as opposed to someone who is just rambling on and saying whatever happens to randomly pop into their head in the spur of the moment. So with that being said, let me share 5 top tips when it comes to preparing a script for guided meditation. Tip number 1. Begin with visualization. Before sitting down to write your script, take some time to brainstorm ideas. Visualize the type of mental imagery you want your listener to experience and write down your ideas as bullet points. I find that creating a list of ideas through visualization is a great way to overcome writer's block. Tip number 2. Do some research. Another great way to brainstorm ideas is to do a little research. You can do this by listening to meditations that are based on a topic that is similar to the one that you are creating. Now, I'm not suggesting that you directly copy the content of other meditations. I'm simply saying that you should listen to them for inspiration and then formulate your own unique ideas. Tip number 3. Have a definitive structure. As I mentioned earlier, the purpose of a meditation is to take the listener on a guided journey. A good way to do this is to divide your script up into 3 sections by defining a beginning, a middle, and an end. Once you've done this, take a little time to ensure that each of the sections feed into one another coherently. Tip number 4. Give your listener time to get comfortable. At the beginning of your script, give your listeners some instructions on how they can relax. Walk them through some breathing exercises and let them know if they should be sitting or lying down. Tip number 5. Review and rehearse. Once you've completed your script, take a little time to review its contents. Read through it 2 to 3 times and make any tweaks or corrections that you deem necessary. When you're satisfied with its content and structure, rehearse reading it out loud a couple of times so that you can familiarize yourself with the wording before sitting down to record it.